city where they gotta play up.
Yeah.
I'm from the city where they gotta play up.
Auto.
Coin flippers trying to pay up.
Hey.
I'm from the city where they gotta play up.
They still gotta play us,
I'm from
man.
the city where they gotta play up. Coin flippers trying to pay up.
Go. Started out with who they done got me started. Call Katie, tell him make room for the Lamborghini. I trust 27 to lead us through any battle. We had DK out there press. You seen how we did Seattle? Went down 1-3 and then we hop back on that saddle. Everybody want T, but you can't have him cause we got it. A lethal 9 on the side and he gon' always red dot him. 29 got him on lockdown. This Taylor Britt Island. You know Jamar probably open. That boy 7-11. Who your best cornerback? Cause my receivers gon' shred him. And y'all don't wanna go one-on-one with Lou's playbook. 91 step on that field, them quarterbacks look shook. A couple weeks went by and we done stacked us up some wins. Brad Logan still with us, still the turnover twin. Uzier and man to man, you probably shouldn't throw at him. Orlando Brown came to town, showed us what a bodyguard is. I don't think they want no smoke with us. Forever standing on business, this ain't no joke for us. Money Mackey line it up, that boy forever clutch. Put up whoever you want, it's never slow for us. Ain't nothing changed, 21 still lurking in the cut. 83 reasons why they can't with us. Zach Taylor top dog, it's always win a bust. Hand the ball to Chase Brown, probably won't get touched. Chuck sizzle back deep to receive the punt. Probably gon' run it back, I feel like he the one. Doing my shuffle on him still, I feel like Icky Woods. Whole line protecting Joe like a tiger should. Imagine having Trent Irwin as your fourth string. If VJ Hill hit you, you feel what that force bring. 1, 2, 3, nah, we need 4 rings. This the jungle, you can't come in here and pull strings. Look close, look how DJ read that offense. Sin Hubbard and Osai, yeah, we all in. Nick Scott ball hawking overwatching. Dax Hill an interception that look flawless. It's really hard to lose when K. Adams rooting for you. If you need a couple yards, Earth gon' get it for you. We got Tanner Hudson now, Sample still 2. Yoshi gon' go get that ball just like a dog do. Already knew they had to play us, but this part 2. I'm from the city where they gotta. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. It's time to pay up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. I'm from the city where they gotta. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. It's time to pay up. Who they?
Who dey? What's up, y'all? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the back-to-back AFC North champions. Still, until somebody takes that away from us, still home of the AFC North back-to-back champions. Now, do me a favor. If you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I'm up to 2,436 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter X and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, why not? Please do so. Please go to the YouTube channel, Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription button, hit the bell for notification. Every time I go live, you'll be notified. Also, exclusively in the YouTube chat crew, we're doing super chats. So if you got a question or just a thought you want to get out there of this devastating news that Jackpot Joey is out for the season, or if you want to support the show, or you want to give Catpole, some shit about some of the stuff he tweeted or some of the shit that Joe tweets or whatever, give me a super chat. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, I'm coming to you live from this glorious place down here. It's the Ice Cave. The Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And I know, he's hurt. He's done for the year. I understand. But still, we hit the jackpot when we drafted Joe Burrow. So if you wanted the Jackpot Joey 9 stuff, please go to jackpotjoey9.com. Portion of the proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Foundation. The beer is at Brick Brewery at lots of major Krogers, pretty much everywhere. So, again, portion of the proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Foundation. What is up to everybody in the chat? Strangers in the first. Wow, I already got a $5 super chat. Hold on, Dust. I'll get to you in a second here. Strangers in the first. Brad's in the Ross. Chandler said, where's his link? I gave him a link. He just very impatient. John, what's going on? Paul's in there. And Chandler, yes, all right. Chandler's dying to get on. Screw it. I'm just going to go right to him because he's being very, very impatient. What? What do you want? What are you dying to get on the show for? What?
Let me just say, everyone, it's time to move on. I'm on to next season.
I'm already.
Opening day is only 98 days away, guys. Oh my God. It's only 98 days away. So.
You're so retired. Let's get to Joe. What's up, Joe?
It takes a lot of patience to have your own kid on a show. I am years away from even attempting to throw my own kid on, and yeah, that's about all I got to say about that.
All right, well, let's get to first super chat here. I appreciate Dustin Crab. Let's start things off here. He said the silver lining, this will make the organization look internally at what they need to change with as many hits as Burrow has taken. Change is needed. And Joe, you were kind of already saying that before we even started, so I'll let you go ahead and start. Actually, hold on a second. I got to do something here.
I'm holding.
This make me feel a lot better. Hold on. Let's here.
Is that not a jackpot Joey in there?
It's a Bengals beer. All right. Okay, I'm ready. All right, I'm ready. Go ahead, Joe.
This is really going to make him take a big look in the mirror and realize how many warts that having Joe Burrow was covering up. This team has absolutely zero athletic ability on offense outside of Jamar Chase. They have absolutely zero creativity. I don't care if Burrow likes having everyone lined up, no motion, likes having the chess pieces before. The most dynamic and best offenses have movement. They have guys moving around. They use the creativity. They don't do any of that. But they're going to have to bring in fast guys. They're going to have to bring in athletic guys on offense. I think they've got a couple of those guys in Charlie Jones and possibly in Yoshi. They need now for the rest of the season. Again, they're 5-5. Can they make the playoffs? Sure. Will they make the playoffs? I don't see it. Take the rest of the time to figure out who's going to be here next year. All the rookies that you have that aren't getting a lot of run, let them play. I do not need to see Joe Mixon run the ball 20 times if Chase Brown is healthy. You need to see what you have in Chase Brown. He's the future.
When's he coming back? Chase Brown's doing.
Don't know. I think he might have one more week, or last week or one more week.
I mean, it kills me. He was going to be a big part of the offense.
That's what they said. Yeah. Yeah.
Like the week he got hurt.
I haven't looked at the score at the grades yet. I've been out most of the afternoon. But Miles Murphy, I thought, at least on watching it live, I think Miles Murphy looked like he had a really good game. He got a lot of runs since Hubbard was out. And I think they need to keep running these guys. Jordan Battle is now the starting.
Finally!
Finally. How long have I been on here? Have you been on here like yelling about that?
Right.
They finally made the change, and he's not going back. Like that is absolutely Jordan Battle's starting spot until until injury or whatever throughout the rest of the year.
I mean, it's a great opportunity for the team to just play all of the rookies and not have to worry about a playoff run. You can look at it on the bright side there. But to the point about Burrow taking too many hits and whatnot, I mean, how much of that is self-inflicted though? Burrow does choose to take a lot of hits, and a lot of that, I feel like Zach Taylor's not the kind of quarterback to ever tell Joe he's wrong, but we need to start telling him, hey, you're wrong. You can't consistently get away with not sliding. I mean, I was pointing it out. I think it was yesterday, or was it Sunday, where Burrow is going to be short of the first down anyway, and instead of sliding, he's trying to battle for one more yard and takes a huge hit. It's we don't need that. You're not getting the yardage anyway. Just slide. I can understand okay, dive towards the end zone. You're right there. Dive towards the first down on third down, but he'll do it constantly. I mean, and that's the fight that he has in him. But it's not always a good thing. Sometimes you got to have a little bit more smarts to it, and the O-line not being as good as we expected is also part of that too.
I'll get to Michael Madden. Yeah, no, you correctly said Cam, not Cams. But as far as I know, it's day to day. So I mean, honestly, the way it sounds like we get, the mini bye people call it. I think everybody's gonna be healthy except for Joe going into the Pittsburgh game. So, but I mean, I still have hope of going into the Pittsburgh game because, well, if you guys remember, we beat Pittsburgh without Joe Burrow before, and Pittsburgh, I don't know how the hell they're doing it, but if we have everybody healthy, Jake Browning, as Chandler coined it, Jackpot Browning, 2 years ago in the preseason, we started calling him that.
Jackpot Browning. I also like Jake Shiesty. I think that's a good one.
Jake Shiesty, there you go. He can move around the pocket a lot, and once he starts establishing that he can beat the blitz, because they're going to blitz the shit out of him. That's what Baltimore did last night. Yeah. Hopefully he can. Once he establishes that, that's going to free things up. And I still feel we have a chance to beat Pittsburgh. I am not on board where people are like, oh, let's just go ahead and tank the rest of the season. There's no way the Bengals are going to do that. These guys are professional athletes. They want to win.
Yeah.
They still have a really good team because, like I said,
they have incentives to get on their contracts too.
Right.
Sunday's game. So that's where I'm like, they're going to do their best to try and win. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs. I'm about that delusional. But getting a lottery pick or top 5 pick, I don't know.
I think we need AJ McCarron to come out and start for.
Dude, that's what somebody said at work. I don't think somebody at work. You guys would have done better if AJ McCarron started or was back up instead of that. I'm like, okay, everybody keeps talking about the playoff game. Yeah, he made one throw. He made a touchdown pass, which they should have won. But that was it. And that was 10 years ago, people. He was in the XFL.
Yeah, he was bad. He was bad the rest of that, for 3.5 quarters, and then he made a nice a nice pass to AJ Green. No, he wasn't good. He was pretty bad.
That's what I'm like. Nobody. I mean, I'm not trying to
was
bag
pretty
on
surprising
AJ
yesterday.
Huh?
Jake Browning was pretty surprising yesterday. I mean, for all the shit that we gave him in the preseason, saying that we had no depth, I mean, I thought he played pretty solid. I thought I was at least acceptable for, keeping us entertained the rest of the season.
I agree here with Augie. He said Minibye cost us dearly. How many got hurt on Thursday Night Football, which is true. I mean, that's what I was thinking last night because BJ Hill went out for a little while, which I haven't heard anything about his.
He came right back in. He's
grabbing his knees.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know if that's something lingering.
Looks scary.
Yeah, it looked really scary. The Cam Taylor Britt got hurt.
Mark Andrews was pretty scary. I thought he might have been paralyzed for a second. He was getting up. I was like,
he's not paralyzed. Get up.
Yeah, well, you also. But for the record, everyone was Strawberry Ice here was like, oh, sorry, you're over here on my screen.
Yeah.
Right after Burrow goes down, he's like, I'll be fine. He'll be out. Next play, he's good.
Okay.
I'm like, no, it looks like he blew his arm out.
Whoa. For the record, you and Maddie both said it was a torn QCL or whatever the hell I hurt his elbow. Maddie
UCL
to the ambulance. I'm like, he's not going to the ambulance. He's walking back on the field. I said he might play. I said, all I said, all right. So I did a video this morning, and I did the same thing when Joe hurt his calf. I was like, everybody just calm the F down. Let's find out what the doctors say. It's all I kept saying because you don't know. Everybody's like, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. You don't know what it is because you're not a doctor and you're not the doctor that's looking at it. So you have to wait till that actually happens. Now, it turned out to be the worst case scenario. And some guy goes, well, this video didn't age well. I'm going, all I said was wait to see what the doctors say. So
right, exactly.
It didn't age well. But anyway, go ahead. What do you guys got?
Yeah, I mean, it basically is. It seems like the same kind of timeline of an injury as Tommy John, but what I'm kind of worried about.
Tommy John, it's a wrist injury.
I know, so I said it's the same kind of timeline, like it gets you out for the whole season. The thing I'm worried about is they just said a ligament in his wrist. Like, how common is this injury? Like, do they even say what ligament? Like,
I haven't heard.
Do we know if guys can come back and still are able to grip the ball? I mean, I don't want to be all doom and gloom here, but like realistically, like, is he ever going to be the same? I mean, if he can't hold on to the football the same, I mean, we don't know.
Yes, he's going to be the same. He's going to be.
Well, I don't know. A wise man told
this isn't the 70s where this isn't the 1970s where I was born, where you have injuries like this and you don't throw the ball the same. No,
Stone Ages. Yeah, it's not the Stone Ages.
It's not that. Yeah.
Stone Ages. Yeah.
Calm down. He's going to be okay. He'll be back for the beginning of next year.
I'm calm. We're signing Shohei Ohtani within the week here.
Oh, God.
So
to play quarterback? Hell yeah.
To play quarterback.
I mean, You know what? He could probably do it. He could probably do it.
All right, so this is actually the play that hurt him. And one thing that when I watch this video later on, I raise a red flag. David Clowney landed completely his whole full weight on Joe Burrow, and there was no flag. Just check this out. He throws the ball, hits him, and if you could see it, bam, his hand lands right on his wrist, and that's where I think he hurt it.
See, here's my thing. Clowney did exactly what he's supposed to do because what he put he put his hands down to brace himself so he didn't land on him. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm not. I'm just saying that normally, like every other time, if it's not Joe Burrow with the flag.
Right, but it was just a fluke. He put his hand down so he didn't land his body weight on him because again, he was doing what he's supposed to do, so he didn't get the flag, so he didn't hit Burrow. Just when he put his hand down, the palm or the heel of his hand landed right on Burrow's wrist. It was just freak and just a shitty accident. There's,
I'm not saying he's a dirty player, hit, any of that stuff. I mean, it's football.
Yeah.
I'm just like, my point is Burrow never gets any flags. He never gets any calls. I mean, it goes to and they want to investigate. Oh, well, Burrow had a compression sleeve on the airplane. Joe said today, it's like, well, you go in an airplane, things swell up or whatever. So he was trying to keep it down.
Yeah.
Which, believe it or not, I don't know, whatever. There is no. Ian Rappaport said that he could find nothing that says there was anything wrong with Joe Burrow's wrist before the game at all. So
except for the swelling that he had on the plane.
Well, but that's swelling is like that's normal. I've had a blood clot, and I've been told ever since then, anytime I get on a plane, wear something compression on anything just to make sure, keep blood flow right, because you don't want any swelling. So that was completely normal. There's literally nothing there. I've seen even Mitchell Schwartz, who was a former Chiefs lineman, basically get into arguments with people like, dude, you wear that stuff so there's no swelling. Like, there's literally nothing there. There's no proof. There's nothing there that you're seeing.
Yeah.
I mean, he was completely fine. The throw that he made to Boyd, it was on the same drive. It was quite possibly, I think, the hardest throw I've ever seen him make. It was a 15-yard, just an absolute dot. And then, throwing the ball around completely fine for 25 minutes of game time. Clowney, lands on his wrist. The very next play, he throws the touchdown pass where he feels the pop.
Yeah. See, that's over here. This is when he felt the pop. I mean, that's everybody, or not that one. That's when he felt the pop.
Exactly, which was the very next play after Clowney landed on him. That's all there is to it. I don't know why people are, even if there was something, even if he had some swelling or some issue with his wrist, none of that matters. I can have a broken arm, but if someone shoots me in the fucking arm, it's because of the gunshot that my arm is hurting, not because of a broken arm. What matters beforehand? That nothing had to do with anything. His wrist is fucked up because Clowney landed on it.
Right, and
that's all.
Man. Yeah. Like Matty Myers told me today. He's like, "How about this? How about you? I'll lay on the ground and you back up the Jackpot Joey mobile over my wrist." And that's pretty much what it feels like. What happened to Joe Burrow last night? I'm like, that's. So everybody's like, "Oh, he felt some pop." Like, when he threw the ball, that's you can see it. So I mean, there was no dirty hit. It's not. Yeah. I don't want to hear it. All the offensive line played crap. The offensive line could play better, but Baltimore's got a hell of a defense. Just David and Clowney. I mean,
right.
It just happened. Freaking happened.
Philadelphia Eagles have the best offensive line. Jalen Hurts still gets hit. It doesn't. He was
out for how many games last year?
Right. Exactly. It's gonna happen. Guys are gonna get hit. It's football. It's like everybody crying and bitching about Logan Wilson saying that he was purposely hurting guys. It's fucking football. Show me one play that was dirty or trying to injure somebody. Just shut the
Yeah, I'm like, well, and I love that Zach Taylor, he got done with his
came back.
All right, hold on. I want to say something here. Which, I mean, Logan Wilson wraps the guy up and he drops with his legs. That's a textbook tackle.
Right.
And I didn't even watch it, but I know people tweeting stuff out about Bart Scott, which Bart Scott's a freaking moron, and this dude should not be on TV.
He's a piece of shit. He basically tried to put a bounty on Burrow 2 years ago when he threw for 5 1/4 on the Ravens.
He's an idiot. He was a dirty ass player when he played, and then he's calling people out when it's not a dirty hit. Which again, I don't know what he said. I just saw people tweet stuff out. I'm not giving that guy, trying not to give that guy the time of day, but I guess I'm doing it right now. But he's a freaking moron. Anybody saying that Logan Wilson is a dirty ass player is stupid. You don't know football.
Right.
That's a textbook tackle.
Logan Wilson has as many personal fouls in his NFL career as I do.
0.
Exactly. So if he's a dirty player, then at some point there'd be a roughing the passer. There would be a unsportsmanlike conduct, anything like that. I get those tackles, the drop hip tackle that everyone's calling it. Those suck, but you've got Mark Andrews running away from you towards the goal line. Are you going to just hold on to his waist and hope he slows down? Logan Wilson's a big, strong dude, but you're not going to slow him down grabbing him from behind. You have to grab and turn him.
At some point.
Yeah.
We're just going to turn to flag football. And that's get rid of every rule. You can't tackle. You have to basically follow a checklist if you're going to tackle someone anymore. So
it's ridiculous. I mean, because even if you just say you tackle him high and you try to stop him, then he's going to get out of the tackle.
Yeah, he's going to stiff arm you, or you're going to get penalized for hitting him high.
Right, and that's the thing we've been saying. We're saying a couple of days before the game started. We got to do better tackling. That's how you tackle. So don't come at me and saying, "Oh, it's a dirty hit." That's bullshit. Just asinine, stupid comments.
Now, do we know the timeline for a wrist injury like this if Burrow sticks to like a strict like whale noise, like sensory deprivation tank, like all that Aaron Rodgers stuff? You know, maybe some ayahuasca trips. Like, is he able to come back? Because I mean, Rodgers was doing it pretty quick. Maybe we can get Burrow. If we can do a little bit of a playoff push, maybe Burrow can come back in January. Who knows?
It sounds good to me. I have no idea. I don't even know if they're actually. Well, Joe said he thinks they're going to get surgery, but I saw somebody say that I don't remember who it was that you could come back from this without surgery. I don't know. I would just have to wait and see.
I'm sure Joe is going to do the option that allows him to come back 100%, which is probably a surgical route.
Yeah.
I don't think most of the time if you don't do surgery when you get like torn ligaments, you'll never be 100% again. Like that's the choice you're making.
I mean, if it's tore, I'm pretty sure it's probably better to go stitch it back together than to try to let it heal by itself. And Michael Madden here, I agree with you because I'm pissed off over the PI call. That was unbelievable against DJ Turner. Like, the dude ran down the field, jumped up, spun around the air. Oh, I can't catch the ball. Oh, Turner never touched him. Literally did not touch the dude, and they got a flag on it. I mean, that's to me like I kind of said that today where they're investigating Joe Burrow and seeing, did he get hurt before this? You should investigate these fucking officials because they suck.
Right, and that's the thing. Like, it's not a conspiracy. It's not rigged or anything like that. They're just terrible.
They're terrible.
There are so many pass interference calls that are nothing but I'm gonna say penalizing. That's the wrong word. Giving the offense an advantage for a shitty throw.
Yeah,
an underthrown ball. Of course, there's going to be contact between the defensive back and the receiver because they're trying to fight back for the ball. The defender has the position. There's so many, and most of these, the one on Turner was because it was an underthrown ball, so he had to try to adjust his body, come around and get it.
The one before
the one by Cheeto, the one by Cheeto, there was contact, but the ball was so far overthrown, it was an uncatchable. Like the Bengals.
Where's this call? I never see that anymore.
Yeah, the Bengals. I don't even know. It might have been battle. It was another defensive back was 10 yards downfield, almost picked it off because it went so far over his head. I'm like, can we just have some consistency? What's the catch? I mean, Trenton Irwin sure as hell looked like he had a catch, but somehow they found enough to overturn that. The hold supposedly on Odell Beckham that took away a touchdown. And that was a weak. It was, I guess, kind of a hold on Beckham, but
it was weak.
It happened behind the play. There should be a special penalty if there's a hold or something that happens behind the play. The result of the play should stand, and then you get penalized afterwards. So that touchdown should have standed.
Standed?
Holy shit!
Oh, I'm the one been drinking, not you.
I know. I'm thinking I was drinking. Should have stood. And then you add the 10 yards on the kickoff or something. Like it's dumb.
Well, I keep saying this. I really like what the XFL did, and one good thing they did do is that they're full transparency. You could go to the control room, you could see what they're talking about, you can hear what they're saying, communication with the refs, and it was quick.
Yeah,
I mean, and sometimes NFL takes forever. I'm like, what are you? I could see it from my freaking basement. You know what the call is.
You know what? We need to do like what they do for like police scanners and stuff, where it's like a public radio like frequency that everyone can follow. You do that with the refs, so when they're talking, it's just like this public frequency that everyone can get on. I mean, realistically though, that wouldn't be that hard if they just like let that out. People would be on their phones and just listening in, like, oh, play's getting reviewed. You can hear it because, to be honest, what do they have to hide?
There is no chance the NFL allows that. They do not want transparency.
But it's like, what do they have to hide? Like, well, they might be actually fixing games. Realistically, I mean, that could be a thing. There could be some things, maybe not like to the point where it's a conspiracy, but to the point where it's like, hey, look, this is a big game. I know we normally would let this, we would call this, but we're going to let it slide because we don't want to get the blowback. I'm sure those kind of things are talked about, and fan bases would be pissed that you're just not following the rules. You're making up all this other stuff. That's probably exactly what happens behind closed doors.
I think it's a lot of ineptitude, and they just don't want people to hear and see just how terrible these refs are. They need to hold them accountable. There's a fan, like, with Major League Baseball umpires, there are several social media accounts that track the accuracy of their ball and strike calls. There's not, to the best of my knowledge, and football, because so much of it is subjective. It's what you see. I mean, there's 22 players and there's only a handful of refs. They're not going to see every play, but being able to try to gauge the penalties that they do call and things that they miss right in front of them is just it's infuriating. And again, like that, Bengals didn't lose the game because of bad officiating. They lost the game because Burrow got hurt. I mean, they were playing well. The defense had actually gotten like figured. I don't want to say figured some stuff out, but after the Ravens' first drive, marched right down the field, they caused some 3-and-outs, caused some punts, and Bengals took the lead. I mean, Burrow's last play was a touchdown pass, 10-7.
10-7, and that's
the defense collapsed after seeing
Yeah.
Burrow go out. Too.
It took the air out of their sails.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's where I'm like, everybody's like, because somebody said on Twitter, like, oh, everybody talks about the culture that Zach Taylor puts out there. Well, Pittsburgh and Baltimore, when they lose their quarterback, they still win. I doubt they still win during the game. All right, because
I also think that
just took the sail out. Once
Yeah.
that defense and the offense didn't do a whole lot after that. The defense was out there a ton. And don't tell me that defense quit. Go watch Logan Wilson. He didn't quit. None
Right.
of them quit.
But
They were just out there too long.
There was, I mean, go ahead.
That can go against even what they're saying, like, oh yeah, Baltimore and the Steelers, they don't care when their quarterback goes out. It's like business as usual. But like
Because
these
the
guys,
quarterbacks are nowhere close to Joe Burrow.
what I'm saying
Well,
is
it's
like you can interpret it as this team is so tight knit with Burrow at the center of it that him going out is a huge deal, and it's a lot harder for a tight knit team to look past that than it is, maybe a Steelers team that someone went out and they just go, they don't care.
I don't even know as much as that is. Bengals offense is so catered and tailored to Joe Burrow's strengths that everyone's talking about they should have had a better backup. First off, there are 32 good quarterbacks in the NFL. It would be great to have had someone like Joshua Dobbs.
But Joshua Dobbs wasn't Joshua Dobbs till this year.
Right, exactly. I mean, you find guys, but again, how many teams have shitty quarterbacks as their starters, much less no one behind them? If your starting quarterback goes out, for most teams out there, you're screwed. And if not, your quarterback isn't good enough, or your offense isn't tailored to that quarterback like it should be.
And the thing is, it's not like they didn't try. They thought Trevor Siemian was that guy.
Yeah, I was okay with Siemian.
Yeah,
He'd started some games and he'd won some games and he'd had some decent film and numbers on tape.
Yeah, here you go, Turk Schoner.
Yeah, I was going Donald Hollis in my mind last night with the blonde, the third string blonde bomber after Eric Wilhelm. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing. It's like that's the other thing on Twitter. People are like, "Oh, this is why we got to have a better backup quarterback." If you're like, all right, if the Chiefs lose Patrick Mahomes, yeah, that guy came in for a couple plays last year and did really well. It was a really good backup quarterback.
Chad Henne, yeah,
Chad Henne. He was for a couple plays. He did really well for them. But if they lose him for the fucking season, the Chiefs' season is fucking over.
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing with the Bengals.
Right.
You people think that
There's
backup
only one
quarterbacks
team.
can come in and do the same thing Joe Burrow does?
Team that it
You're
wasn't
on crack, because that is not going to happen.
right.
I mean, hey, this could be our Brock Purdy here, guys. I mean, this could be it. Who knows? Jake Browning
I think
go on a
Joe Burrow's
run.
pretty good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think we're going to win a Super Bowl with him or anything.
Now, what I do hope, realistically, what I can see happening is that, like you're alluding to, Joe, with the pre-snap motions, and I think that, if Burrow doesn't like a lot of that pre-snap motion, if a lot of that stuff having a simple playbook is because he likes it that way, I think that him being gone, Zach might try to open it up again, might try to do more of what we saw against the Niners. And I think you almost have to, because, again, what the Niners do for Brock Purdy, like making it easy for the quarterback, we might start doing more of that. And then hopefully we keep that with a good quarterback. Because if you make the game easy for your quarterback, and he's extremely elite and a very good quarterback. I mean, that's just all around good. I feel like sometimes we put way too much pressure on Joe and way too much pressure on Chase to make some miraculous play. I'm tired of seeing like, oh, just, you know, we're just calling go ball here. You chuck it, and we're gonna hope Chase makes a play. Like that's not a play call. That's a prayer. I'm tired of it.
Their passing game is dependent on Joe Burrow and the receivers winning one-on-one battles.
Yeah.
And that's fine. If everyone's at 100%, like, that's
All
fine.
the time,
And they're going to win a lot of games because their guys are better, because they have sheer talent. But you can't, like, you need to have creativity. I'm not saying run all kinds of weird gadget plays, run the Wildcat, and crazy-ass shit like that. Throw five flea flickers and triple reverses and crazy shit like that. But do one a game, one triple, like, it is so vanilla. And again, this is why it's going to be hard for the Bengals to succeed with Browning. And I mean, Browning's been around for a couple years in the practice squad, so at least he's familiar with the schemes. The first couple drives, it seems like he forgot that he was actually able to throw to Jamar Chase. All of his passes were to Shed Jackson and Trenton Irwin. Like, no. This isn't preseason. You have Jamar Chase. You have Tyler Boyd. Like, you can throw to these guys. They're available. But it's... They need to take a look in the mirror and see what they have and see how many holes. And someone, I don't know if you can highlight the comment here from Dustin about the front office being surprised by how many holes that it showed this year. I really think that they thought they had solid defensive line depth. They thought Zach Carter was going to be a guy. They thought Joe Osai was going to be a guy. Those guys have done absolutely nothing.
Joe Osai showed all the signs that he would be.
Well, right.
Carter didn't. So I'm not guessing on Joe Osai. Zach Carter on him. Yeah.
Well, but he also he showed traits. There's a difference between showing traits and showing productivity, and they, instead of bolstering, they could have gone out and gone Jadeveon Clowney, or, you know, there are plenty of older guys. They can go out and get Ndamukong Suh right now to bolster the defensive line to get more interior pass rush. Too late, you know. Obviously now it's too late in the season to really worry about that, but they rely on what they see from their guys in practice over what has actually happened on the field, which is, you know, just frustrating, because your guys are never as good as you think they are. Like, every team, like, it doesn't matter, not even the Bengals, every single team out there, all 32 teams, overvalue their own players.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't rely on Joe Osai, who has, one season of not, missed his entire rookie season. He splashed late in the year last year, and that's going to be your first guy off the bench.
I mean,
for a pass rusher.
Way you played that Chiefs game, yes, I was expecting it. I mean, I've been.
I was hoping, but as a fan,
dude, he was dominant in that Chiefs game.
But
so, I mean, you don't. I mean, that's what I don't get. I don't get how you go from being that good to not even playing. I'll get to here. The comments are blowing up here, so I appreciate it. We'll get the times here. He said, "Let's talk about the O line and Coach Pollock. Is his time up because he's not had any success in the past 3 years. Period." Now, is that on him or is that on the guys they drafted? What do you guys?
I think it's also in the front office. I mean, look, the whole fan base was screaming this draft that we needed someone out of O-line. You know, even if we did get Orlando Brown, I mean, we can all know that we can basically upgrade every position on the O-line. And honestly,
our tackles are very, very good. Tackles, no.
They're fine.
Tackles are fine.
They're fine, but I'm not saying that they're the best.
It's two spots, and I love Teddy Karras.
And we didn't know how Jonah was going to convert to right tackle. So at the time,
I did.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew. I think you had a good guess. But, you know, I feel like there's a lot of big misses this draft. I feel like the whole fan base is rightfully upset. There's obviously a lot of guys that are working out. Like Jordan Battle's turning out to be pretty good. Yoshi, kind of early on him, but Yoshi looks pretty good. But Miles Murphy on the first round, I mean, on the show when we were, was it Bengals and Brews, or were we doing it here? I forget. We're on someone's show during the live draft, and they Miles Murphy picked, and everyone's like, who? I mean, we knew who, but it was just threw us off. And I mean, he really hasn't shown that he deserved that pick. Really, I mean, he's had
He
some.
had a really good game last night, to be honest. I'm still not out on him. So
he's had some flashes, but
he's just like
ground flashes.
He's just like oh jeez, our starting safety. Dax Hill, yeah, he's just like Dax Hill. Last year, I kept saying Dax Hill was a bust. Yeah. Dax Hill's.
I thought Dax had a lot better of a season last year than Miles.
Not really. He didn't play that much.
They were both drafted with the expectation of them kind of redshirting for the first part of the season and working their way in. I'll be honest with the Miles Murphy pick. And you can go back and check the timestamps. I called the Bengals drafting him on our show on my show the day before the draft. So I am completely on that. And for that reason alone, I'm sticking with him until the day I die. No, he's fine. He's coming along. That he was drafted for 2024.
Yeah.
Was that the smart strategy? Probably not, but you're also looking back into the first round. If you're going to get someone to step in and be a day one starter, you're getting someone who's got a little bit lower of a ceiling, or you can get someone who needs a little more refinement like Miles Murphy, and you've got a higher ceiling, but you're going to have to wait a little bit to see it. I'm fine with Miles Murphy, with the pick. I think he's coming along as expected. He looked really, really good last night.
How did Dax Hill look last night? I know let's say he struggled last week, which I kind of called him out on that too, but I actually think he
kind of zoned out once that guy wearing number 9 went down. I kind of stopped paying attention to a lot of
most of the defense. I'm looking at Pro Football Focus's scores right now. Most of the defense had bad grades. Only Mike Hilton, Battle, and Logan Wilson and Joe Osai actually were top four scores, and they were the only guys 66 or above. So,
all right, Charles,
what did Murphy get?
He was in the middle. He was 53 because they gave him a poor score on tackling. So he missed I think he missed a tackle, and that drops your score to a 26.9. Their grades are fucked up.
Yeah, they are crazy.
Like I appreciate what they do. Trying to understand where some of the scores come from it is crazy, but.
All right, we kind of talked about this at the beginning of the show, but do we see AJ McCarron? I don't think we see.
As a back, I mean, he's going to be elevated to backup, and they're going to bring someone into the practice squad.
Yeah, if Ronnie gets hurt, we see him.
Yeah,
and I'll have to call CD up, see if CD can play quarterback. Well, we might need him.
Shohei Ohtani, we got that already. We got you covered. Come on.
Shohei Ohtani is going to be the Reds' new starting quarterback.
I don't care. I don't care that he had Tommy John surgery and he's not going to pitch until 2025.
Starting quarterback. That's what you just said. He's the Reds' new starting quarterback.
He's the Bengals' new starting pitcher.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. All the above. Reds' new starting quarterback and the Bengals' new starting pitcher.
And then he's going to DH when the Bengals are on defense.
Yes.
He's DHing for FC Cincinnati.
Yes. He's just a jack of all trades. He can do all of it. Let's see here. Robbie here. Brock Bowers, that guy is going to be a Pro Bowl. Trust me, guys. I'm with
like Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, like Kyle Pitts.
Do not draft a tight end in the first round. Brock Bowers looks. I mean, he looks legit. He looks fantastic. Do not ever draft a tight end in the first round because you're not going to get that value.
I can't disagree with that, but I mean, also, do you think it's more of that Atlanta's not using him because they're not throwing him the freaking ball?
Part of it, but. It really depends on like what I mean. The Bengals don't throw the tight end a ton. So are you going to get a ton of use out of that, or get they're going to need a receiver because they're losing 2 starting receivers.
Do you resign Tanner Hudson? I do.
Yeah, I mean, only as a depth guy.
So are you drafting a tight end with no? You're not drafting tight end number 1. You're drafting tight end at least second round.
No. Honestly, I don't know what the draft looks like. It is not going to be anywhere near as it was this past year. That's where they fucked up. There were 35 tight ends, and who was Jake Bobo? That was the guy that the Seahawks brought in for tight end. I swear he was undrafted. I got to check that out, but I swear he was undrafted. So after 35 of them got drafted,
Stop saying Malik Neighbors, which I don't even know who that is. I have not done any draft stuff at all. I haven't got a clue.
Yeah.
Well, it's draft season now.
It's not draft season. Season's not over yet. I'm with Craig. Season's not over until we're mathematically eliminated.
Wow. Well, the odds say that we're mathematically eliminated. The odds.
Malik Neighbors is the heir apparent to Jamar Chase. I mean, he's putting up similar numbers at LSU, of all places. But if you're gonna go all out and lose, then fuck it, find a way to trade for.
We might have a top 10 pick.
Marvin.
So.
I think they will. They'll be around 8 to 12.
Yeah, if we don't make the playoffs,
They've got a chance to win 3 or 4 more games, but I really think they're going to end up 7-10. I think they'll probably go 2-5 the rest of the year.
Unfortunately, I haven't even looked at the schedule. I mean, like I said, Burrow's out for the year. Just came out. What about 2:00? I haven't looked at the schedule.
I would really like to beat the Steelers.
Yes,
I think they'll split with the Steelers. Steelers' offense is so bad.
Exactly.
I still think we have a better quarterback than the Steelers.
Chandler, apologize to Augie. You're making him sad. Apologize.
Augie, I'm sorry because I think you're a Yankees fan and you're upset that Shohei Ohtani's coming to the Reds. I'm sorry I'm making you upset about that. Or is he a Mets fan? He's a New York fan, right? Something like that.
He's just 12-5. There you go. Yeah, let's go with that. I don't know if they're gonna do that or not. I haven't even looked at who I know we got.
Spoiler alert, they're not.
Shut up, Joe. Who invited you on the show?
you know, even when times are good, I'm not the over the top optimistic. Like I try to be real. Like I'm trying my best to be realistic.
I'm not trying to be over optimistic saying we're gonna make the playoffs. I don't think we're gonna make the playoffs at all. I don't know how many we're gonna win. I think we can beat.
We could have the wildest wild card bid there ever was.
Yeah,
they play the Colts. Colts aren't very good.
I mean, I'm to be honest, I if we don't have Joe Burrow, I don't want to make the playoffs. I mean, because we're not going to go anywhere. I want the draft pick. So if you look at that one, but I'm not on board where everybody's like, just tank the rest of the season. Like that's not going to freaking happen.
Right.
Try to live in reality. The reality is they're going to try to win the game. I mean, hell, they damn near won the game against Miami for the number 1 pick and almost won that game and almost lost Joe Burrow. So they're going to try to win. So
there's too much money on the line for all the players, and that's what's annoying. They're like, all these teams are tanking. The front offices maybe stripping these guys, maybe stripping the teams of the rosters of talent, but the players, the 53 guys in uniform, are absolutely busting their ass. People lost their shit because the Texans won a game late in the year that cost them the number 1 pick. First off, they should be happy because they didn't have to trade a pick or anything like that. They still got CJ Stroud, but you can't tell guys to not. Yeah, you cannot tell guys to not play hard and try to win games.
No, that worked out good for them because they would have drafted Bryce Young, and obviously we see how that worked out.
Yeah, exactly.
They lucked out.
Now this is interesting. Dalton here says Lou will be back, which I still don't. I hope he is.
I think there's a possibility because teams. First off, new head coaches. What are they hiring? Offense or defense?
Offense.
And if they're hiring a defense, are they hiring a young or an old coach?
A young one.
What's Lou? An old offense or an old defensive coach. So I'm not saying he's not going to get a job, but I'm saying it's not. And the defense has been ass most of this year.
If he doesn't get a head coaching opportunity, he might do the same thing that Eric Bieniemy did.
Go elsewhere to try to boost. Yeah.
Now this is going to piss me off here. Paul says, "Watch the home attendance the rest of the season. If people don't show up,
they'll show up."
Yeah, I'm like,
I still think they're going to sell out. I just think the good thing about this is that the ticket prices are going to be a lot cheaper.
No, they're not. They already went up.
Well, but they're going to go on StubHub or resale market.
That doesn't help me at all. Ticket holder, mine went up.
Well, I'm not talking about helping you here. I'm talking about helping me.
You're helping me pay for the tickets this year. What are you talking about?
Right. Well, I don't know. I got to bring the wife to a game, and she wants cheap tickets. So.
Oh my God, you guys. Anyway, you guys have anything else here before we get out of here? We got actually, we can talk Bearcats because they're playing West Virginia, 2:30 Saturday.
You're talking about Bearcats football?
Yes, Bearcats football.
Yeah, they suck.
They won their first Big 12 game. Come on now.
I'm just thinking happy thoughts to 2021 when the Bengals were in the Super Bowl and were 1 play away from winning the fucking thing, and the Bearcats were in the college football championship, in the playoff, and now it's just a basket of sadness here on the river. It's just.
You know what I've been thinking about? I don't know why I started thinking about this. It's just like if Joe could have had 1 more second before Aaron Donald sacked him. Jamar Chase was wide fucking.
Oh yeah.
It would have been the greatest play in Super Bowl history.
Yeah.
wide up at the chase, win the damn Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's like, just pisses me off. Hey,
But I do think the Bearcats. No.
Hello, thank you for using my last name. You doxed me. Why don't you put my address out there while you're at it?
Hi, Chandler's aunt.
That's a joke. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I do think the Bearcats are going to win tomorrow, though.
I hope to God they are. I mean, I didn't want my teams to win. I mean, because you got the Bearcat football plays at 2:30.
Yeah.
Basketball plays. What time do they play? They play at the same time.
I forget. It's got to be in the afternoon.
X.com in your browser. Like if you like go to Twitter and you type in X.com, just throws me off. Like if
Yeah, they play it too. UC plays it too.
Oh Jesus! The football team and basketball team both play at the same time. Great.
That was
Yeah.
supposed to be a joke.
Nobody heard what you're saying, Chandler.
No, sorry. There should be someone in the comments that just starts bursting out into laughter.
Oh my goodness! All right, Joe, I'm gonna let you get on out of here. Got anything else you want to plug here? Got anything coming on the riverfront? What do you want? What do you got going on?
Yeah, I should, since that's kind of my job.
I heard a rumor you weren't doing anything till draft season. I think you're done.
No, I'm moving into draft season.
Okay.
I'm still we're still Greg and I are still gonna pump out episodes. We're just going straight into draft season. No, I mean YouTube.com Riverfront Cincy. Again, we've got all of our shows. We got the Riverfront Reds, Late Night Reds with Tim Daniel and Ben Brown, Bengals show with Greg and me. Obviously, you guys, well, not now, but usually you see my name, Bengals at the Bengals show at twitter.com. Yeah, there we go. So follow us, say hi to us, subscribe to us on YouTube, all that fun shit. I need to get Jeff back on my show here soon, just because he's more optimistic than me and Greg. So someone just to talk us off the edge.
I try. Well, I try to be not too over optimistic. That just. Well, just like, oh my God, Matty was driving me nuts last night. He blew his elbow out. He's going to an ambulance. Like, Matty, he wouldn't go to an ambulance for a wrist or an elbow. Calm down.
Died on the field. He's DeMar Hamlin 2.0.
Oh my God, his shoulder is on the ground flopping around. I'm like, calm down. Let's find out what the hell happened first. That's all I'm trying to get people to do. Find out what the doctor says first, and then you can freak out. So now you're allowed to freak out. Anyway, Joe, I appreciate you, brother. I'll see you next time.
Gentlemen, peace.
Yeah. You got anything you want to say before I let you go?
I got something here. Hold on. We're gonna.
I'm scared. These things are like
select window or screen. Okay, we want that screen. Okay, here we go. You get, let me show the screen.
Okay, I'm scared now. What is this?
Everyone see this right here?
Sure. It's very small. But yeah, go ahead. What are you showing us? Is this some geeky, nerdy thing that you're showing me?
Read it. No,
I can't see it. It's too small.
It says the Reds and Shohei Ohtani are finalizing a 15-year deal worth $400 million.
And
We'll have a press conference at 5 p.m.
Who's reporting this?
The sources trust me, bro.
My son's an idiot. The sources trust me, bro. Oh my God. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. Trying to have some fun with this. I mean, it's a sad day. It sucks. Burrow's out for the season. Torn ligament in his wrist. I think we got a shot at beating Pittsburgh. I want to beat Pittsburgh. I need to beat Pittsburgh. I don't want to lose to them. I don't want to hear from Ratbirds fans saying you whooped our ass. You beat us because Joe Burrow wasn't on our team. And you're like, well, you beat us last year because Lamar wasn't there. I'm like, yeah, we did. But I never said we whooped your ass, and we never blew you out. So, anyway. Let's get to the Facebook group. Let me live stream. And as always, I appreciate every single one of them. They are Houday Nation, Houday Legion, Radical Reds, the Ohio State Bucknuts, the Ice Bar. And then you can follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Twitter handle is at Jeff A. Trunapole. TikTok is at Iceman90. I'll be pulling the sound off later on tonight, putting on the podcast on BPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, or Stitch Play. Pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. Leave a 5-star review and a comment so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. YouTubers, I am at 2,436 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you guys. It's been an absolute pleasure doing this for you guys the last 5 years. get close to January, I'll hit my anniversary and I'll start my 6th year. The ups and downs of being a Cincinnati fan. I am a Cincinnati fan until the day that I fucking die. I love my Bengals. I love my Bearcats. I love my Reds. I get frustrated with them. I get irritated with them just like you guys do. I try to stay calm about the worst case stuff until I actually find out the facts about it, what's going on. I try to hopefully help you guys out with that. You guys help me out with a lot of stuff, so I appreciate it. Anyway, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I think I'm going to do a show Monday. I am on vacation next week. I can already hear Dale say, you go on vacation all the time. I haven't been on vacation since June. So we will be out of here. So I think I'm going to do a show Monday. If not, I will see you guys probably the next week. I got a couple shows lined up. And other than that, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Happy Thanksgiving. Be thankful for what you have. All right? Remember that. Always be thankful for your friends, your family, your job, your kids, all that stuff. All that's way more important than any of this stupid sports stuff. All right? So always remember that. Kind of trying to tell myself that too. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. That's just sports, baby. See ya!
I'm from the city where they gotta play up.
Yeah.
I'm from the city where they gotta play up.
I don't.
Coin flippers trying to pay up.
Hey,
I'm from the city where they gotta play up.
they still
I'm from the city
gotta
where they gotta
play
play up.
us,
I'm
man.
from the city where they gotta play up. Coin flippers trying to pay up.
Go. Started out with who they done got me started. Call Katie, tell him make room for the Lamborghini. I trust 27 to lead us through any battle. We had DK out there press. You seen how we did Seattle? Went down 1-3 and then we hop back on that saddle. Everybody want T, but you can't have him cause we got it. A lethal 9 on the side and he gon' always red dot him. 29 got him on lockdown, this Taylor Britt Island. You know Jamar probably open, that boy 7-11. Who your best cornerback? Cause my receivers gon' shred it. Hey, you don't wanna go one-on-one with Lou's playbook. 91 step on that field, them quarterbacks look shook. A couple weeks went by and we done stacked us up some wins. Brad Logan still with us, still the turnover twin. Uzier and man to man, you probably shouldn't throw at him. Orlando Brown came to town, showed us what a bodyguard is. I don't think they want no smoke with us. Forever standing on business, this ain't no joke for us. Money Mackey line it up, that boy forever clutch. Put up whoever you want, it's never slow for us. Ain't nothing changed, 21 still lurking in the cut. 83 reasons why they can't with us. Zach Taylor top dog, it's always win or bust. Hand the ball to Chase Brown, probably won't get touched. Chuck sizzle back deep to receive the punt. Probably gon' run it back, I feel like he the one. Doing my shuffle on him still, I feel like Icky Woods. Whole line protecting Joe like a tiger should. Imagine having Trent Irwin as your 4th string. If VJ Hill hit you, you feel what that force bring. 1, 2, 3, nah, we need 4 rings. This the jungle, you can't come in here and pull strings. Look close, look how DJ read that offense. Sin Hubbard and Osai, yeah, we all in. Nick Scott ball hawking over watching. Dax Hill an interception that look flawless. It's really hard to lose when K. Adams rooting for you. If you need a couple yards, Earth gon' get it for you. We got Tanner Hudson now, Sample still too. Yoshi gon' go get that ball just like a dog do. Already knew they had to play us, but this part two. I'm from the city where they gotta. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. It's time to pay up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. I'm from the city where they gotta. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. It's time to pay up. Hold that.